Level 1. You are the shepherd no one pays attention to. Your family lives in Bethlehem. Your father Jesse has 7 sons before you, all taller, stronger, more impressive. You are the last. Your job is humble, tend the sheep in the fields outside the city. But out there, alone under the open sky, you're being shaped in silence. You learn to sing and write verses. You master the sling with deadly precision. When a lion attacks the flock, you don't run. You chase it down and pull the lamb from its mouth. Nobody knows what happens in those fields, but God sees everything and is preparing something no one could anticipate. Level 2. An elderly prophet comes to your house and chooses you. Samuel, the most respected prophet in Israel, receives a command from God to anoint a new king from Jesse's household. Your father presents his sons one by one, 7 of them, each impressive. God rejects them all. Do you have another son? You're called in from the field smelling of grass, cheeks burned by the sun. Samuel pours the sacred oil over your head in front of your astonished brothers. You are anointed king of Israel at perhaps 15 years old with no army, no palace, no crown. For now, you go back to the sheep. No one outside the family knows what just happened. Level 3. A 10-foot giant freezes an entire army. You pick up your sling. Israel is at war with the Philistines. For 40 days, a warrior nearly 10 feet tall named Goliath steps forward each morning and evening, daring anyone to fight him. No one accepts, not even King Saul. You are sent to the camp to bring food to your brothers and hear the challenge. You don't understand why everyone is trembling. You refuse Saul's armor. It's too big. You take your sling and 5 smooth stones from the stream. Goliath curses you. You answer calmly. You come with a sword? I come in the name of the God. One shot. The stone strikes his forehead. The giant falls. The Philistines flee. Level 4. The king you serve becomes the greatest danger of your life. After defeating Goliath, you become famous overnight. The people love you, yet and that is exactly what destroys Saul from within. When the crowd sings that you have killed 10 times more than the king, his jealousy turns into hatred. One day, while you play the harp for him as you have done so many times before, Saul hurls a spear at you. You dodge it. The next day he throws it again. Your wife, Saul's own daughter, lowers you through the window at night. You flee into the desert with nothing and begin years of living in caves, hunted like a criminal for a crime you never committed. In this season of suffering, you write some of your most beautiful psalms. Level 5. You have the power to kill your enemy. You choose not to. Saul pursues you with 3,000 elite soldiers through the desert. One day, he enters a cave alone to rest, not knowing you and your men are hiding in its depths. Your men whisper, "This is the moment. God has delivered him into your hands." You move silently toward the king, but instead of killing him, you cut off only a corner of his robe and step back. When Saul walks out, you call after him and show him the piece of cloth. "I could have killed you, and I didn't." Saul weeps and admits you are more righteous than he is. This act of mercy toward the man who wanted you dead defines your character forever. Level 6. From a nameless shepherd, you become the king of an entire people. Saul and 3 of his sons fall in battle against the Philistines. When you hear the news, you don't rejoice. You write a heart-rending lament and mourn for them. You are anointed king over the tribe of Judah at 30 years old, but the rest of Israel has another king. 7 years of conflict follow. You wait patiently, without forcing anything. When the situation resolves, all the tribes come to you. "We are your bone and flesh, be our king." You conquer Jerusalem, considered unconquerable, and make it your capital. You defeat every enemy surrounding the nation. Your reign brings peace and prosperity unlike anything Israel has ever known. Level 7, you abandon your royal dignity and dance like a child before the entire nation. The Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest representing God's presence among his people, had been forgotten for decades in a distant village. You bring it to Jerusalem in a solemn procession. When the cortege enters the city, you take off your royal robes and dance with all your strength before the ark, dressed simply like any ordinary man. Your wife Michal watches from the window and mocks you. How the king of Israel distinguished himself today, dancing like a fool. You answer without apology, I will dance before the Lord, and I will humble myself even more if I must. The joy of worshiping God matters more to you than your public image. Level 8, the greatest king of Israel commits the greatest sin of his life. You are at the height of your power. From the palace rooftop, you spot Bathsheba, the wife of one of your officers named Uriah. You sin with her, and she becomes pregnant. To cover it up, you send Uriah a sealed letter ordering the commander to place him on the front line and then withdraw, leaving him alone. Uriah dies without knowing he carried his own death warrant. The prophet Nathan comes and tells you a parable about a rich man who steals a poor man's only lamb. You are furious. Nathan looks you in the eye. You're that man. You don't defend yourself. You say simply, I have sinned against the Lord. From this repentance, Psalm 51 is born. Level 9, your most beloved son steals your throne and drives you from your own capital. Absalom, your third son, is the most handsome man in all of Israel, charismatic, admired, and dangerous. For 4 years, he stands at the city gate every morning, systematically winning the hearts of the people against you. When he raises his rebellion openly, you are forced to flee Jerusalem barefoot, weeping down the slope of the Mount of Olives. Along the way, someone curses you and throws stones. You order your guard not to touch him. Your army eventually defeats Absalom, but your general kills him in defiance of your explicit order to spare him. When you hear the news, you feel no joy in the victory. You cry aloud, my son Absalom, oh, that I had died instead of you. Level 10. You prepare for others what you are not allowed to build yourself. Your greatest dream was to build a temple for God in Jerusalem, but God tells you that you will not be the one. Your hands have shed too much blood in war. You accept without bitterness and prepare everything for your son Solomon, tons of gold, silver, and bronze, architectural plans, the organization of priests and singers. On your deathbed, you tell Solomon, be strong, keep the commandments of the Lord. You lived 70 years, 40 of them as king. You started as a forgotten child in the fields. You loved fiercely and failed fiercely, but you never stopped turning back. That is why God gave you the greatest title of all, a man after my own heart.